Now,
I lost my notes.
we are now live on the YouTube for a temporary stream, yeah? So that should be good.
How many people are going to drop it and say, "Where's the video?"
Well, it has a video.
Oh, you have a video?
And it even has... And Yo's already in the YouTube chat.
Here.
There is about a 2 or 3 second delay, I think, between
Yep.
things.
Turn Yo down.
Actually, if you listen to the YouTube stream, you'll actually get all the extra audio. Okay, let me
Well, I'm
go-
going to mute it, so I'm not confused.
Okay. Live recording of the cocktail hour is now happening. Go there. Oh, that's a thumbnail. Second. Okay. Okie dokie. And I put this over here. See, today we are enjoying a lovely shock top. Tasty. I'd like to get home somewhat dry. Ah, no problem, Jig. Okay, let me post this here. I do this. No problem. Paste for those that want to watch while we record. Nothing crazy. And Discord for live interaction. Okay, so that's posted. That's posted. Notice there's no spelling mistakes
On what?
on
I
this.
haven't looked that hard yet.
I put it into a separate thing where that allows me to actually do the spelling of things. And you spelled, well, other than you spelling my name wrong here.
Did I?
Has one L.
Oh, I got 2 L's for you. Oh.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna drag this up there. Tazel spike, Tazel spike. Tazel spike. The Tazel. Copy. Paste. Paste. Okay, so. Now, before we begin. Okay, we're going to be recording here in just a second.
Did you record a new intro?
No. I've been fighting with this whole time. For the, other 2 people that are here, and Spike as well, I want you guys, and for all of you watching live, which is just us, I want you guys to think about this question. What is vanilla? Write down your answers. It does not have to be in the form of a question. This is not Double Jeopardy. But I want you guys to think, before we get into any discussions, before I do my spiel and everything else along those lines, I want you guys to write down what you think defines vanilla.
Okay.
And we'll see how that... Yeah, just do that ahead of time. So, okay, so, and this is not gonna, the YouTube stream, by the way, is not going to be live after the fact. This is it's here, and then it goes poof, like.
No, but we'll respond to questions in the YouTube chat, right?
Yeah. But it's not going. I'm not gonna keep it up on my channel as a video or anything like that.
No.
If we had more visual stuff, sure, but there's no way I can do that. Wait, there's 3 people watching. Who's the 3rd person? Who's watching? Am I watching? Wait, am I watching? I don't think I'm watching.
Captain Redbeard.
Who's lurking?
That would make
Someone's
sense.
lurking. It says 3 people.
Not me.
Somebody is watching us. Who are you? Hello? Hello?
Mysterious person.
Creep them out. You'll scare them away.
Yep. Okay, so let me get this. Where? There is the garage band. Hello, garage band. How are you doing? I'm going to make you smaller so I can make sure that I can see everything else that is happening. Yeah, that is good. Okay.
I'm afraid I don't have a weird accent. I'm going to read my bits.
No, you do not have to. You do not have to have an accent. You can be the Spike Beer. You are like the Shock Top of the 77. The beer who is spiky. It's
The
just
who?
the way it is. Okie dokie. Okay, and hitting record. Looking for a standard survival Minecraft realm without all the drama? Check out the 77combined.com and see what you've been missing.
It's Friday night, and that can mean only one thing. You're tuned in to the 77th Combine's Cocktail Hour. A weekly show from your favorite Minecraft Bedrock Edition realm, the 77th Combine. We'll discuss current events on the realm, take a look at the latest news from Mojang, and have a grand old time with your favorite players from the realm. And now, your host. Don't let his tongue-tiedness fool you. He really is a semi-decent player. It's J.R. Tazel. And now, the 77th Combine's Cocktail Hour.
Thank you, Captain Monkey Feet. This is indeed the 77th Cocktail Hour for the week of Friday, July 20th, 2018. I'm Tazel, coming in from the Tazelverse Studios.
And this is Spike Beer coming in not from the Pokemon Center, from Vancouver Island.
So, no Jig again today here. We might not have a Jig.
He's sleeping.
No, he's trying to get home before he gets completely drowned from the Pokemon Center, he said.
Oh.
Yeah, so we wish him luck with his travels. He'll be listening in on the podcast later. For today's topic, we are going to be discussing, after the headlines, vanilla. What's vanilla? Because it's... You think it would be a very simple question, and yet I've had
It's not.
No, it's very much not. There's so many different layers and levels, and, well, we'll get into all that. But first, here are some quick items happening on the 77th Combine.
From the 77th Combine Newsroom, this is a Cocktail Hour special report.
We have one new member that went through the application process this week. Please welcome Celtic Pocket Fox. That's quite a mouthful. To the realm.
Yay.
No new hopefuls this week in band. If you are interested in joining the 77th Combine, please check out how to do so at the77thcombine.com.
Yeah, we're always looking to add some new folks to our lovely group. So on our special edition realm, we still have Season 2 up. Again, that was a season that we had over a year ago. We'll continue to keep it up a bit longer. Just remember it's in survival mode, so try to be careful around builds so that you don't set any creepers off or anything. Also, we want to remind you that certain things might not be working, such as XP grinders.
Yeah, Jig was trying to repair some tool or something like that, and he was standing there for 15 minutes going, "Where are all the skeletons? I don't know what's happening." And then he realized, oh, right, water elevators don't work anymore that were designed back then, so he quickly ran and had to fix things. So yeah, just be careful about those things. And of course, if there's anything you want to finish And
No.
come back then, hey, well, there's some things because there are a lot of different older things I might want to work on my castle a bit, because some things would be neat to have on the website, such as Haywark has a post up on the site discussing the unearthing of Sito's tomb, a custom-made version of an underwater temple, complete with custom lore. Check it out over at the 77combined.com/bog. Sito, by the way, is the mother of all sea creatures, sea monsters, and such like that of Greek lore. So it's Sito's tomb with the dangers.
That was a pretty cool build. So we are going to be having a contest starting up on our realm. You might have seen it starting at spawn. The contest itself will be open soon, so watch for that announcement. It's going to be a sky block type build. Each player will have 45 block section to build in that space. There'll be no limits on the build other than don't touch the ground or the ocean, whatever you happen to be over. There'll be judges judging on such things like physics, like how is it actually staying afloat in the sky, overall impression, and creativeness. The goal of the build is to make us believe it's being suspended in air. And there'll be a prize basket of end goodies. Tazel has already said he'll be one of our judges, and we're still looking for some other judges, so if anyone is interested and wasn't planning on building. So anyway, keep an eye out for the official start post of that soon.
Yep, basically we're playing a game of the floor is lava. Don't touch the floor is lava. But anyway, that is some news from the 77th, and now news from around the Minecraft world. So we have 9, no 10, no release of Java. That is, on Wednesday, on the 18th, Java got the update Aquatic, and of course those 2 more pre-releases before that. They are now able to play with all the Aquatic content, like us Bedrock players. There were a few last-minute tweaks to some of the pre-releases, and lots of bug squishes. If you watch the live streams of Java players, you're likely already knowing that this has come out, as a lot of the long-standing YouTube streamers have started over their new Aquatic worlds, such as those over at the Hermitcraft group.
Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of work done on Wednesday watching all the hermits in their first episode. This Aquatic update has also come with a number of features us Bedrock don't have yet, such as bark blocks, stripped bark blocks. I thought we had that.
No,
Phantoms.
We have
stripped
regular
logs.
stripped block.
Oh, what's a stripped bark block?
So a bark block is if you take.
I know what a bark.
Nope, you don't know. We don't have bark
No,
blocks
okay.
yet.
I'll shut up.
As you just said, we don't have bark blocks.
No, I know what a bark. So what's a stripped bark block?
It's a stripped log, but just like a bark block doesn't have a top or bottom, it's all bark all the way around. The stripped bark blocks have no core. It's just the outside design all the way around.
It's just all okay.
Yeah,
cool.
and the way you make it is you take 4 regular wood blocks, put them in a square, and you'll get 3 of the bark blocks.
All right. Well, they also have phantoms, which is also giving them the slow falling potion. These, along with a couple other things, will be coming out to Bedrock soon, hopefully soon, and we will bring you that information when it comes out.
Yep, there's a lot of neat things. Bedrock also got a much more minor update today. 1.5.1 came out and fixed quite a number of bugs. This includes the dreaded inventory loss bug that some of our players were experiencing. So this means if you have indeed been holding off hopping on to an aquatic realm or an aquatic world, it should be safe to go in those waters now. And as always, if you do find some bugs, be sure to leave a bug report over at bugs.mojang.com.
The Minecraft Marketplace is having a summer sale this week. It started yesterday, and it goes to the 30th of the month. You'll be getting 170 of your favorite skins, maps, worlds, and all mashups at 50% off. Each deal only lasts for a few days, so you'll need to check that out often. If you find something, to be sure to pick it up right away, as it will be back to full price a few days later.
Yep, and one of those summer blowout items is a free skin pack currently available for the next few days. Beach Party was showcased in today's Minecraft stream for Mojang. The skin pack includes Lobster Man, Gaping Gills, and Sharp Shark skins. Definitely keep a lookout for other freebies as the sale goes on, as there's sure to be others also for free.
Adventure Time recently had a mashup pack release last fall, and now the show itself is featuring a Minecraft-inspired episode. This episode airs tonight, but will also be available in the Cartoon Network website, titled Diamonds and Lemons. It features Finn and Jack as they go through
Jake.
mining, crafting. Sorry?
Jake.
Jake.
J-A-K-E
They go through
Jake.
Anyway, they will be mining and crafting and trying to make something amazing within the Minecraft world. The article also includes an interview with the show running Adam Motto and the episode and its how to come to be. Blah.
Yeah, I think his name is Adam Mudo, but
I figured you'd correct me on that.
have you watched any of the Adventure Time stuff?
I haven't got a chance to, no.
It's very interesting world. Basically, Finn's the only human left in the world, and everyone else is like this mutant. I don't remember exactly how he ended up in this world and no one else did, but
Well, who's Jake then?
Jake is a dog that can grow to different sizes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a very clever. Adult is the wrong word. Grown up cartoon. I mean, it doesn't.
So don't find it for the kids to watch.
I would say it's more preteen, teenage, adult level. It's not.
Okay.
It's not meant for like little kids. Although I'm sure little kids will find much humor about the Gumdrop Princess and the Ice Princess and the Vampire Princess and all this other stuff. But it's mostly geared more towards the older demographic. But
All right.
yeah, definitely interesting. And again, you can watch that over at CartoonNetwork.com. There are, of course, a number of creative builds, mashups, and worlds that Mojang is showcasing over on their website. This week, you can read and see about World Cup Stadium by Scene Bits. It's a creative build, which is a giant, full-size soccer or football, depending on where in the world you are. Stadium, that's kind of neat. There's a restaurant simulator, Head Chef, by Pathway Studios, and Mr. Squishy. It's a whole mini game available over on the marketplace. You test your skill at serving all the different villagers that come into your restaurant. And it's the articles really need to definitely go over to Minecraft.net and read that one, because it takes it from the viewpoint of someone actually playing the game as they explain what it is, and it's quite hilarious. Also,
like a little role play type.
Yeah, a whole little role play thing. The idea is the villager comes in, they ask for a baked potato. You have to go get a potato, cook it, and give it to them, all within whatever the time limit is, and it gets more and more complicated as more and more villagers keep coming in. And lastly, Island Beneath the Mist by Bilossi Boy. Sure, we'll go with that. Which is a huge... She specifically gave this to me because she didn't want to say that. An intricate, gorgeous island.
How'd you know?
Yeah, that he and many, many others built into this giant world. There's a whole video over on that article walking you through their amazing builds. It looks great, especially with the shaders they're using. So definitely check that out. Find all of that over at Minecraft.net. And that was the news from around Minecraft and the 77th.
Hey.
Okay, so now the main meat of our discussion here. As I mentioned before, it is about vanilla. Now, we have two other people. Last time I checked, I think that's... There we go. Yep. So we have Captain Redbeard and we have YoMate over in audio chat. I think there's a couple other people... no Jericho Jack. Aw, no Jericho Jack. No So we're a little bit lighter today, but that's okay. We got a fairly interesting topic going on here. And that is, what is vanilla? So now I asked you guys before here, when I say I play vanilla Minecraft, or the 77th Combine is a vanilla Minecraft experience realm, what comes to your mind? Why don't we start with you, Spike?
What comes to mind? Vanilla to me is you turn on the game and you just start playing it. You don't toggle any little switches over. You don't turn off fire spread. You don't turn on chords. You just play the game the way it shows up on your when you're playing.
Okay. So
Don't alter it anyway.
Yep, and we'll get into more specifics later here, but it's just sort of the 10,000 foot view. Captain Redbeard, what do you think when you hear I'm playing in a vanilla Minecraft world?
I kind of feel the same thing that Spike said, that you just play it exactly how it is.
Okay.
You don't change anything about it. You don't change the texture pack, nothing. You just play it like it is.
Okay. And Yomate, do you agree with that, or do you have a slightly different definition?
Pretty much the same thing, yeah. Playing the game on default or factory settings, I guess.
Okay.
Playing.
So that's what I assumed you guys were going to say. Now, I'm going to be a little contrarian here. I believe that vanilla Minecraft, is not actually a thing at all. There's no such thing as vanilla Minecraft. There's different flavors of vanilla Minecraft, but vanilla, because there are different flavors of vanilla Minecraft, I think when people say vanilla, that we are talking about playing the game as the developers intended us to. Which purposefully gives us a little bit of wiggle room. So it definitely includes all of your definition. Turning it on, using it, going forward, not changing anything whatsoever. But I like to call what you guys were just calling vanilla, I like calling that pure vanilla. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I know we've talked about this 100 times, Tazel, about this topic, so I know where you're going with that in our attempt to run a realm, and people are asking, well, can I do this, and can I do that, and is this allowed, and is that allowed, and which is all the way the game happens, but sometimes there's glitches, and sometimes there's different attitudes towards different using mechanisms, and
well, again, that sort of brings up the whole thing. So, for instance, using your definition, using something like duplication glitch would be considered vanilla because it's in the game.
Because it's naturally, yeah.
Right. Whereas the reason why I specified my definition the way I did was because that was not an intended consequence, and that wasn't even that was a clever thing that you did. That was no, the game's broken, we goofed, you're taking advantage of it. Which would be contrary to my definition of vanilla. Using a glitch in the game is not vanilla in my mind. That's part of survival. Outside of vanilla, all the flavors of vanilla, I see there are 4 groups of the way you can play Minecraft. There's vanilla, and all the different versions we'll discuss here in a moment. There is survival, which is everything outside, basically everything that doesn't fall under vanilla, but is still, you're playing in the survival mode. And then from survival mode, you sort of branch out in 2 directions. You have creative on one side, and you have modded, which, again, those are all sort of different conversations. So, would you guys consider using glitches vanilla? I personally don't, but I'm curious what you guys think.
Well, as that would be something that wasn't intended in the game, I go with no.
Okay. Cap, Yomate, anything?
Well, I think it really depends on if it's like a game-breaking glitch or mechanic, whereas like a lot of and big projects like mob farms and stuff technically be called a glitch, even though it's more of an exploited game mechanic. So I think it more depends on what it's doing.
Okay. Well, so I mean, and that gets into the discussion of what's a glitch, what's a game mechanic, what's, you know, what was inside the developers' heads, and they've even internally had, you know, difference of opinions between that. So, like originally there was chords. You know, chords were for the longest time built into, you know, our Bedrock version. In fact, if you're on Java, chords are in the F3, and it's still part of the game over there. There's no way around that, and they've sort of embraced it in the Java side because they realized that, you know, so many people were relying on it so much. So even amongst Minecraft, you know, the intentions and state of vanilla is going to vary depending on which platform you're on. But I mean, it's all everyone's own opinion. But it sounds like, for the most part, as long as it doesn't alter the game, you guys would consider that part of vanilla, or at least altered it in a significant way.
So like when we had that Silk Touch glitch where you would break a chest and you would get 8 pieces of obsidian, which wasn't a big game break.
Or repeat. Well, that is a huge thing because it wasn't just the e-chest. It was also if you broke.
No, I was going to say. So the fact that it broke it and gave you obsidian isn't a huge. I mean, you know, you're kind of cheating at getting obsidian a bit quicker, but for the fact that you could break a beacon and get 2 beacons, is a huge game changer.
Kind of devalues what a beacon is quite a bit.
Right.
Okay, so what would you guys consider? Well, hey, do you guys even consider there are different levels of vanilla, or do you think there's just vanilla?
Definitely, it's a sliding, moving scale.
Okay,
I agree that it's static.
Okay, so as I said, I kind of have come up with different definitions of vanilla because I've put a lot of thought into this. So as I mentioned earlier, what you guys consider, you know, turn on the game, hit play, no texture packs, no anything, you're playing on normal level. I consider that pure vanilla. You know, it's sort of the vanilla bean of the Minecraft ice cream world. Then you have what I would consider, let's call it French vanilla. You know, it's still vanilla, but there's been a little bit of work done. You know, the vanilla beans have been macerated and turned into, you know, a nice liquid to sort of make it a little bit more even all the way around. So that would include things like moving it to hard. So for instance, whenever I describe the 77th Combine, I always say it's a hard vanilla realm with you know, chords turned on, because it's not technically vanilla, but it's pretty close to vanilla. So modifying hard. I personally don't think chords are vanilla, but that's me. Yeah. I was outvoted on that one.
Yeah, we were in the minority.
Yeah, we were definitely in the minority, but you know, that's part of running a good realm is having you know, what the majority of players, as long as it's not going to alter the game too much. So I would say chords are probably a minor tweak. And it also could be argued by many people, and definitely has been, that doesn't turn on, you don't have to turn on cheats to get chords.
So for me, that raises a whole other question. Like, people say vanilla Minecraft is playing the way the developers intended.
Yep.
But the players pretty much demanded that chords not be a cheat. So developers conceded and said, okay, fine, and they switched it. So the developers didn't intend on chords being in the game initially, but the community basically demanded it. So that changed what vanilla meant.
Right, but development of things is always a two-way street. It's the developers are going to make their decisions, and the players are going to make their decisions, and the game usually falls somewhere in between. The players are either going to bend to the will of the developers are going to bend to the will of the players, or, well, they're not going to agree at all, and, well, you're not going to have a game for very much longer at that point.
Right.
So I think what the developers did was they looked at all, because before I don't think you could turn before cheats. Sorry, let me back up. Blech. Before chords became available as a non-cheat, I don't think there were anything that was available as a non-cheat. Is that correct? Everything was listed under cheats before.
Yeah, you had to turn cheats on, and then all those options came up.
Okay, so they decided after there was the whole big uproar about, hey, we need chords.
Well, it was initially, back when we first started for season 1 and 2 and most of season 3, chords could be added as an add-on, as a texture pack. And then I forget which update it was at the end of season 3, so last September.
Wait, wasn't chords
when they
always there? No, they weren't.
No, we had to download
That's right.
a texture pack or something to see chords. And then at the end of season 3, when pardon me? Texture pack. So at the end of season
I remember that.
3, when Rockets came out, whatever update had Rockets in it, we all of a sudden lost that texture pack no longer applied chords. And that was a big debate on our realm as to whether we should turn cheats on so that we can have chords.
Right,
and so we ended up playing 2 seasons without chords.
Well, 2.5 if you count the Uber Survival version.
Uber Survival?
Yeah, remember that custom world that we had going?
We didn't have chords on there? I can't remember.
No, I don't think. Pretty sure we didn't. I mean, we didn't have regeneration on.
We had cheats on, so we had to be able to turn that toggle. Anyway, whatever.
Anyway, yeah. So
we're
kind of
going to nitpick that.
Yeah, we're getting way off track here. So at that point, you're kind of deciding, okay, well, these are things that people, the players want to have in vanilla for one reason or another, and I mean, there are still things that are listed under cheats. But things like Fire Tick, for instance, are no longer under cheats. And I think we can all agree that fire, I mean, as much as it's nice to have it, especially in Realms, to turn off,
It'd
to
be
avoid
nice not to
griefing
burn
and
down
other
my
stuff.
custom tree.
Yeah. I would definitely argue that even if you turn that on, that is 100% not vanilla. But you don't have to turn on cheats to have that happen.
Nope.
Okay.
Same with the mob griefing.
Yep, mob griefing, block dropping is another one that you can, I think, turn off. What are all the things you can turn on? Let me see.
Well, you
fast.
can make it always day. There's a whole,
Yeah, as we all go to our devices and
As we
see
all go
what's
to our
going
device.
on. Oh right, I just updated to 1.5. Yes. Okay, create new worlds. Okay, so we have the starting map, the bonus chest. Those have always sort of been there. Friendly fire. Okay. Okay, so you know why don't we go down these lists and say what is definitely not vanilla in this list, and then we can sort of discuss the other things in there. Friendly fire, I don't think would automatically roll out vanilla. What do you guys think?
Now, friendly fire is where I can't accidentally hurt somebody, right?
Yeah. Well, accidentally or intentionally.
Intentionally, yeah.
Yeah. So your interaction with the world is the same. It's just you can't hit the other players.
I think that's good when you have the kids on the realm.
Okay.
It
so
depends on the circumstance. Yeah.
But you would not instantly say yes if you have that turned on. It's definitely not vanilla. Yes? No? Turtles?
Yeah, I haven't thought about that one.
Well, that's sort of what we're talking about tonight. Okay, so friendly fire is still is. It sounds like it's up for debate, so we'll get to that in a second. Coordinates. I personally think coordinates are a bit of a cheat, but or at least the way that. Let me rephrase this. At least the way they're currently implemented, I think coordinates are a bit of a cheat.
Yeah, I'd love to see it only available like if you have to make a map with a compass first, and you only see the chords when you pull your map out.
So there's something in game specifically that would allow for.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's me and you. What does Captain Redbeard and Yomate think here?
Chords should be just a part of it naturally, either how they've had it in Java forever, or like Spike said, on a map.
Okay, so Yo's of the opinion
I would
it's
agree with that.
okay. So you two think that it's definitely a vanilla aspect, not a.
If you have to turn it on and off, I don't think it's part of the vanilla game.
But it should be.
If it was just already there on its own, yeah. But if you have to turn it on, I wouldn't say it's vanilla.
Okay, so Yo thinks that chord should be part of vanilla. Or under the umbrella of vanilla. Me and Spike think they shouldn't, and it sounds like Redbeard also agrees with that.
Right.
Okay. Anyone in the...
Yeah,
because we have 4 people now in chat here. I see.
There's
I
lurkers.
see you. It shows me who's watching. So if you guys have
My thought
anything to
process
weigh
on
in,
the
let me know.
chords. As I say, my thought process on the chords is in survival, you're dropped in the middle of this world with not even a stick.
True.
But you could, and I seem like bringing me back to like the first time I ever uploaded a world, and I got lost in my first night running from the mobs through the forest.
Yeah.
And getting horribly lost. Like, to me, that's part of the adventure.
Okay.
Whereas if you have chords to find your way back to 0-0, then that's sort of
Right.
you lose that adventure aspect.
So as they're implemented right now, even if you were able to turn them on, the 3 of us think that's still kind of outside the vanilla experience. But Yomate thinks
Right.
okay because
Was kind of a big, moment for me that it wasn't just a natural thing. Or it's always been there, and then I lost it.
gotcha. Okay. Okay, so coordinates we kind of have discussed here. Next up on this list is fire spreads.
That's not vanilla. Turning that off.
Okay.
No, that's definitely not vanilla.
TNT explodes. I'm assuming falls under that same category.
Yeah.
Right.
Mob loot. Okay, here's one.
Mob loot? You can turn off mob loot?
Yeah, so they don't drop anything when you kill them.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is all outside of cheats. Same with tile drops. So if you break a block, does it drop flint and steel or whatever it may be?
Oh.
That's very useful, especially in adventure maps. So you might have a block that you want someone to be able to break with a special tool, but you don't want them to get that block. So you can turn that off. Okay, so the last one over here is natural regeneration.
So that one's kind of the opposite, because turning off natural regeneration actually makes it harder, whereas everything else kind of makes it easier.
Yes. So does making the game harder still count as vanilla? Because again, these are all things outside of active cheats. Cheats itself has, always day, do the daylight cycle, keep inventory, allow mob spawning, allow mob griefing, entity drops the loot. Wait, okay, entity drops the loot is a cheat. Then what the heck is mob loot?
Mob loot?
I don't know what mob loot is then. I always thought, okay, wait.
The drop could be if you break a block, then it wouldn't make an entity. If mob dies, it would not drop something. Probably.
Entity drop. Loot.
Mobs dropping loot will prevent mobs from spawning loot. What the heck does that mean?
Spawning loot?
Yeah.
Loot spawns on their.
Are they
Stuff.
counting their tools? Like maybe you can make it so that they don't drop the sword.
So like their armor and their weapons and
then entity drop is like the flesh? I don't know.
well, no. So there is mob loot, and then there is entities drop
Entity.
loot. What the heck is entities?
But a mob is an
loot?
entity.
Entities.
Or are they talking about cows?
Possibly.
To Google.
To the Book of Knowledge. Loot table. Huh. I don't know what the difference between those two things are. That's curious. Okay. Okay, so it sounds like the only two that were kind of split on three. Sorry, there are three things. So let's talk these in order. Since we started talking about the coordinates already.
We
Okay,
could talk
so-
about that forever.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about them maybe for 5 minutes more here. So in Bedrock, coordinates are off by default. Okay. In Java, they're not necessarily off by default, but you have to hit F3 in order for you to see that, as well as a ton of additional information.
So much information.
So much information that covers the screen. But so we'll specifically deal with Bedrock here, the standard version of Minecraft. Since Java is Java Edition, not the actual version of Minecraft anymore. Okay, so the history of chords were originally it was not there, right? And
Right.
then it was available as a texture pack add-on. Then we got rockets, and it went away as an option there and got moved into cheats. And if you turned cheats on, it was on for everybody, and there was no option, and you lost the ability to do achievements without, doing weird things on the server. And now it's under the regular world options and is not considered a cheat by the developers anymore. That sound about right? Give the official rundown of how this was?
That sounds... Yep.
Sounds right. Okay. Okay, so... Your whole thing is... Since chords exist for Java in vanilla Minecraft, they should be considered vanilla in Bedrock as well. Does that sound about right?
Sort of, but I'm just saying since it was always there, it just feels strange with them out. But pretty much yes.
Okay, so it's not so much that it's because they're in Java, it's because without coordinates, Minecraft doesn't give you the experience of Minecraft. Minecraft includes chords in your experience of Minecraft.
The way you're changing my words, it makes it sound more sinister than what I'm saying.
That doesn't sound sinister at all.
Once you're used to something and you take it away, it takes a while to get used to it again.
Thank you.
That's all.
Okay, but getting used to, for instance, we just got dolphins. There were never dolphins in the game before. But
I
we
could
have
live
them.
without the dolphins.
The dolphins can be jerks, especially when they jump
But
in
you
front of
don't-
you while you're fighting a drowned, and then all of a sudden the dolphin buddy and his other, West Side crew comes up and tries to beat you up because you accidentally hit them. Jerks. Not that that's ever happened to me before. Okay, would there be a scenario where you would not consider coordinates to be part of vanilla? Because you said it was a matter of getting used to it, and that's the reason why you thought it was, should be in vanilla still.
Well, like most things, like if it's not there for a longer amount of time, you get used to it. It then, since it's kind of been made a cheat, it kind of gets that aspect where it's like, oh, well, this platform's vanilla is different than this other platform's version of vanilla.
Well, it's not a cheat though. It's outside the cheat menu. It's part of the world options. It was a
What's
cheat.
your question?
You're
It
saying
was in the
you
cheat for a
consider it slightly a cheat
I don't think it's a cheat.
because you've always played with it without it, and since it was kind of brought officially in as a cheat, and then brought out of that aspect.
Oh, no. For the longest time, in fact, I think ever since I've been on the 77th, when I started, I had that chords add-on. So I originally used...
Add-on.
Yeah, it was an add-on, right.
It was a modification to the
vanilla.
game.
True. Okay. Okay, I don't think we're going to agree on this.
No, we're not.
Totally not.
No
Okay,
point.
We're both arguing with the
depending
wall.
on who you talk to, chords may or may not be considered on the umbrella of vanilla. Let's go to, because I think the natural regeneration thing is going to be an interesting conversation in on itself. Let's go to friendly fire. So the ability to prevent...
So we talked about this already.
No. We were kind of glossing over the topics. We were ruling out things that we definitely knew were outside of vanilla. So TNT explodes. We're all agreeing flat out. Yeah, if you have that turned on, yeah, it's great for keeping griefers from messing around with things. But
Same with the fire tick.
fire tick, yeah, but it's definitely not vanilla. It might still be survival at that point, but it's definitely not vanilla. Friendly fire. It doesn't change the way you play the game. So your interaction with the rest of the world is the same, but you can't hurt other players, which one could argue is, unless you specifically in a PvP world, may not matter, but it's part of the game. You're modifying the game so you can't interact with other players at that point. Is that
I'm always part of the challenge, part of the fun to try not to, I keep coming back to thinking about I forget which season it was, and Tazel, you were actually live streaming the dragon fight, and I accidentally hit you instead of the dragon and killed you.
True.
And I remember laughing hysterically.
But that's part of the game. That's
part of the game. It's part of the fun.
Part of the game, but
Right.
does removing that aspect mean that it's no longer vanilla?
To me, yes.
Okay, so you're
Yeah, I guess it did.
you're Captain Red Bear. You are a purist when it comes to vanilla. You only prefer your vanilla bean. It sounds like. No French vanilla for you. Just if it's vanilla, it's French vanilla, or it's vanilla bean, and that's it.
Don't turn anything on or off or anything. Play it like it is.
Play it like it is. Okay. Spike, what do you think?
I don't think it's vanilla. I think it's part of the fun to try not to hit your friends when you're in the middle of a dragon fight, and if
Okay.
you want to smack each other around for fun, why not? I think
So you think it's more of an anti-griefing thing more so than
yeah, or like we had it on
flavor
like in
vanilla.
the kids' realm. The kids accidentally get hit. I turned it on then, but no, I never even think about that one. That one stays on or
Okay.
off or whichever.
Yomi,
Sure, yeah.
what do you think?
I agree that it being off is vanilla, but there could also be an argument that since in single player worlds there's no one else around, so technically if there is friendly fire on, it's just some weird inception
No.
thoughts.
No. So in a single player world, you can still hit yourself with an arrow. Wait, can't you?
But can't you shoot yourself with shooting yourself an arrow? Would that be considered friendly fire, though?
I think so. I don't think if you have friendly fire turned on, you can hit yourself.
I honestly can't remember if you can or can't.
Okay. I definitely would
Who's
have.
gonna be the
I
first
would have.
to
I
test
would
it?
have appreciated friendly fire, not being on when certain players were showing different players things with their flaming arrows.
Well, again, it was nice. It's a
You
Part of the challenge.
survived. Stop complaining about it.
Barely survived. Still complaining about that.
Like I said, you still survived. It's
Yes.
like saying, it's the difference of saying, "Oh, I fell off a bridge and broke my back, but I got full recovery and I can walk again." But dang that bridge, it broke my back. It's like you're fine now, so stop complaining about the bridge.
Okay, so it sounds okay. It sounds like we are of the opinion if friendly fire is definitely something in survival, but if you turn it off, you're no longer in a flavor of vanilla. Sound right?
Coconut vanilla ice cream.
Coconut vanilla ice. It's not actually made with milk. It's made with coconut milk. Completely different. Okay, so there's two more things left here. So we have natural regeneration. So as Spike mentioned earlier, this is not something to make the game easier. This is something to make the game harder. If you make the game harder, is that vanilla? Is vanilla supposed to make the game easier in some way? Or can you make the game harder and still make it vanilla?
No.
Okay. So for vanilla bean,
what kind of bean is hardcore vanilla?
If you
that
change
would
it anyway, it's not vanilla.
okay.
The way I see it.
Habanero vanilla.
And I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you in a bit here, Cap. And we'll see if you are as pure vanilla bean as you might be. But okay, so you're of the opinion natural regeneration would not be under the vanilla bean or the vanilla. How I'm doing it. Darn it. Under the vanilla Minecraft, it's survival but not vanilla. Spike, what do you think? Can you make the game harder and still have it be vanilla?
No, because you're changing the way the setup of the game is.
Okay, so because it's not because it's making the game harder, it's because you're changing the actual game mechanic itself.
Right.
Okay. I can follow that. I can understand that. Yo, what do you think?
I think making the game harder, like changing it from peaceful to normal to hardcore, I think as long as those are really the only changes you're making, that can still fall under vanilla.
Okay, see, you kind of jumped to my next point.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Still
kind of
your
leaning
puppet.
towards agreeing with Yo. It's another version of vanilla.
okay, so you're now thinking natural regeneration still is vanilla, but it's like
Yeah,
a very
well, you could look at it from changing it from hard to easy to. Yeah, you could put it in that category.
Okay, and as I mentioned before, there was still one more thing, which is, what about changing it to hard, or changing it to easy? Is that still vanilla? Now, I'm assuming, Captain Redbeard, based on your previous answers here, that making the game hard or easy, since it's not normal mode, is not vanilla for you.
I don't know if I could agree on that one.
Ah, we have a slight variation to the vanilla bean for the Captain Redbeard.
To me, hard is vanilla.
Yeah, to me, hard is vanilla.
That's
as
what I've
well.
always played.
You're just changing the level of the game.
So that means that natural regeneration, you probably fall more in line with Spike's original comment, which is it's changing the game mechanic, not so much that it's making you're changing the game. Does that sound about right then?
That's about right.
Okay. So making the game harder is still considered vanilla. Making the game easier. So we're not talking peaceful. I think we all assume that setting the game to peaceful is no longer vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So what about setting it to easy?
There's a place for having something on easy. Like if you're just getting started, it like
Yeah. That would be
new
fine if
person
that's
starting
your skill
off.
level.
Like that could be their vanilla.
Say again, Captain Red Beer. It was hard to hear you there.
That would be okay if that was your skill level. Easy is all you could handle.
Okay, so it sounds like regardless if you make it harder or easier, as long as the game mechanics themselves aren't changing,
Right.
we're still all in agreement that that would be considered vanilla.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like then to modify my original definition, or maybe adding to it, I'm not sure which. Vanilla is playing the game as the devs have designed the game mechanics to be
Without
played.
taking away or adding anything. Whether it be easy or hard. Right?
Right, but that's still using the same game mechanics that are built into the game. It's just you're dialing it up or down a little bit. Now
See, I'd
here,
kind of go with, say, if you decide to play the game on hard, for example,
Sure.
and then you're going to go into a dragon fight and you think, I'm going to switch this to easy. I don't know what it changes for actually, but if you change it after you've chosen your original setting, I think you might argue that that's taking away the vanilla aspect.
because you're cheating, basically.
You're kind of cheating. You say,
changing
okay,
the
I
world.
can always play on hard, but you end up getting into some sticky little scenario where you think, okay, I can switch it to easy to get out through this, like an Ocean Monument raid or whatever.
I would agree with that. Yeah. I mean, you're really cheating yourself there, but
Well, isn't that what all the abusing glitches and stuff is?
well,
You're
yeah.
cheating yourself.
But what about the opposite? If you're playing the game, you're like, oh, this is too easy. Let me boost it up to hard. Would that be the same thing? I mean, you're still modifying the game after you're playing it.
I honestly couldn't tell you really the difference between what happens on easy and what happens on
It's
hard.
it's the spawn levels. The dragons have more health, for instance.
I think, do you get more armor drops from skeletons and stuff on
They're also
hard?
they're also more likely to spawn with higher level armor at different levels, which makes them harder to kill. So it's a risk reward sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so there's one.
I don't
more,
think changing it to a harder mode would necessarily be cheating. Wouldn't be cheating.
just
You
just
decide that,
downgrading it.
okay, I've gotten really good at this. This is too easy. Let's, vamp up. As long as you don't change it back again.
Okay. So then I have one more monkey wrench to throw into this thing.
All right.
Texture packs. Now, I'm not talking texture packs that are cheaty sort of texture packs, not ones that remove the pumpkin mask. I'm not talking about ones that, change the fire levels or anything along those lines. I'm
So what
talking
do you
about, Pure DB Craft or Faithful 64 or, any of those normal texture packs that change the look of the game, but don't change the game mechanics any. Are
I would
those
not.
vanilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't consider that vanilla either.
Okay, so you prefer again, going back, you prefer vanilla bean. Nothing
Yep.
on top, no chocolate syrup sauce, no whipped cream. You just want
No
your
cherry.
scoop of vanilla bean ice cream.
What about a
That's
waffle
it.
cone?
I'm
Okay,
not big on
so
texture pack.
Cat Redbeards are sort of our line in the sand sort of guy, although even that line was a little bit wiggly when it came to difficulty levels. Spike, what do you think
Yeah.
about texture packs when it comes to, is the game vanilla?
I don't think that changes the vanilla or not, because you're not giving yourself an advantage anyway. You're not changing the way anything spawns. You're just changing, how big a pixel you're looking at.
Or how many pixels you're looking at. in
Or
some
how many
cases.
pixels. Yeah, I generally don't like the texture packs that are really different. I like Fateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan
That's
of
the thing I
Fateful
don't like
myself.
about texture packs is it's okay if you're playing on a single player or if you have a world where everyone has to download it when you join. But when someone's building something in a texture pack that's different than everyone else's, their build might look great with their texture pack, but then the rest of us are looking at it with ours and it doesn't look so great.
Like glass can have very drastic different looks to it.
Right.
and-
Or dorite or diorite,
yeah.
whatever. Granite. Okay. Yo, what about you?
I completely agree with Captain Redbeard that texture packs kind of take it away from maybe not the vanilla mechanic, but the vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. I can
Adding
see
just
that.
a little bit too much sprinkles on top of that ice cream.
It
My daughter
still
loves
tastes like
sprinkles.
vanilla, but it doesn't look like it anymore.
Yeah,
It
may
still is
taste
vanilla,
the
but it
same,
looks
but
more like
doesn't
chocolate.
look the same.
Right. Exactly.
Too much chocolate sauce. Too much chocolate sauce on our vanilla Minecraft. Okay. Yeah, I was discussing this earlier with one of my coworkers, actually. He plays a lot of modded, and like, what do you consider vanilla? And he basically summed it up: anything that takes you out of that, basic Minecraft experience. So he even thought that texture packs weren't vanilla because it didn't look like Minecraft anymore. If it changed the look of it, like Faithful, he thought was okay because it was just scaling it up. But anything that changed it from the basic look of the game, in some texture packs, Pure DB Craft, for instance, they changed the audio. Zombies sound different in that texture pack. Mrs. Tazel and I were playing, and we heard some weird noise, and we're like, what the heck is that? And we eventually figured out, oh, that's actually what the zombies sound like in her version when she plays. So yeah, his opinion was anything that takes you out of that Minecraft experience would no longer be considered vanilla. So, okay, so wrapping up here, everyone give just again asking that original question. What is vanilla to you? If it even changed this discussion at all, changed your opinion.
We didn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I was thought of a question.
Sure, shoot.
So not taking advantage of, like we've had players that felt that knowing the game too well was almost not vanilla, like where Slime Chunks
Oh, true.
fell, or like to know exactly how to make a iron farm, and then you're basically making iron appear out of nowhere. Like just almost knowing the game too well. Is that cheating?
Well, that
Is that
cheating,
playing vanilla?
Yeah, cheating is a whole different discussion.
Maybe not say cheating, but is that being vanilla?
Whether or not it's cheating, I think, is up for debate. But I would say it's still vanilla. Because it's stuff that the developers have... It's game mechanics in the game itself that were specifically there for you to maybe not directly make use of, but the world is to make use of, and you're just taking advantage of that. Again, whether it's cheaty or not, whole different discussion. But I, in my opinion, I'm thinking that is still technically vanilla. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's more of a slightly exploited, rearranged game mechanic about
You've
how
gone from being
things
a builder to
spawn.
an engineer.
Yeah.
What was that?
Redbeard, what was that?
It takes you from being a builder to being an engineer if you're building an iron farm to make iron out of thin air.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it. So
Yeah.
you're instead of just taking the blocks and rearranging them in the game, you're actually using the game to make things for you.
Right.
Is there a difference between figuring out how to do it on your own, or looking it up on?
Well, again,
online?
I think that's more a cheating discussion versus
A cheating, yeah.
I think that's outside the scope
Yeah,
of
that's
what
true,
a
okay.
vanilla is, and we can definitely discuss that. You know what? Let's add that to the list of things to talk about in the future. The future. Okay, what is vanilla? Game mechanics, cheaty or part of the game? Question mark. Okay, so that's in the list of future topics. And speaking of future topics, we're sort of winding down here. We've been going for a little while, about an hour or so at this point. Next week, we have another topic that we're going to be discussing. You're first to hear it right now. So if you're in the live chat here over on YouTube, or if you're here on the call, or you're in our private Discord group, next week's discussion is the live discussion over on the feedback site for July, which is the Swamp. So just like before when it was the Underground, they're looking for information about the Swamp and things that we can improve and modify and do and add to and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we're going to be discussing next week. But to wrap up this
That should be
week,
fun.
yes, so that we should have a good amount of time for everyone to come up with those ideas. But just to wrap up this week's discussion about what is vanilla, Captain Redbeard, why don't you start us off?
What's that?
So what would be your closing words about what is vanilla, in your opinion?
The game just like it is. When you turn it on and create a world and don't change anything.
Okay. Spike, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna basically what Redbeard said. If you turn the game on and just start playing, but I also agree that it is what you make it. If you feel it's one way and that's how you're gonna play it, then that's how you feel it is, and there's no point in arguing with you.
Okay. Yomi, your last thoughts on this?
My last thoughts are extremely similar thoughts. Play it how it was downloaded. And there may be like certain aspects that you found, like difficulty, due to, I don't know, your skill level. You boot up, but for most part, else, if you swap it around, takes out the aspect of vanilla.
Okay. And of course, my viewpoint has been changed a little bit from my original idea, but yeah, anything the developers originally intended us to play the game in not necessarily the cheat column, but anything that they originally meant for us to enjoy the game and play the game, so the different difficulty levels and such along those lines. I'd like to thank Spike for helping us out at the beginning here of the conversation.
Thanks
to
for
do
having
the
me.
headlines, not a problem. Yomade and Cat Redbeard, thanks for also being involved here in the discussion.
No problem.
Unfortunately, we didn't have anyone over in the YouTube chat this week, so we'll try that again next week, see if that's of any interest, and if people like it, then we'll do that again, but for now, it's...
I didn't realize there'd be this much to debate about vanilla.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of topics like that in the past. We're like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna be able to talk for full. Oh, yeah, we're actually need to wrap this up because we're over an hour already.
You can keep going.
Yeah, and we can keep going, especially on those chords. You know, I mean, well, except for you've yeah. But yeah, so a big thanks to all you guys here in the conversation. For those not already part of the 77th Combine, but want to learn more, please check out our website at the77thcombine.com for more stories, pictures, where to watch us, and all our past season content. Our account on Twitter is 77th Combine. You can also find us in the Minecraft multiplayer Discord group. Wait a moment, that's not right. That's not right at all. Let me fix that. I just realized that's my old happy crafting ending. Well, I'm gonna have to record a new happy crafting ending here. Okay, so let me try this again here. Oh, and you guys couldn't hear that anyway, so.
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of editing here. That's fine. Okay, so let me try this here. For those not already part of the 77th Combine, but want to learn more, please check out our website at the77thcombine.com for more stories, pictures, where to watch us, and all our past season content. You can also follow us on our Twitter account at the77th Combine, chat with us in our multiplayer Minecraft Discord group, or watch our players at the official 77th Combine YouTube channel. Links to these can be found in the show notes. We look forward to your feedback. You can email us at 77thcombinefeedback@gmail.com. We record this live weekly on Friday nights, and it's open to any member of the 77th Combine. For those of us on our live chat, we'll be continuing into the 77th After Dark voice chat. Thanks for listening, and happy crafting. Okay, and now I hit done. Yay. Okay, we're still live streaming here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you watch this live, you get to see extra content that's not in the podcast. Woo! And you get to see me messing things up like that.
Hey, Tyrant's watching, listening. You were the lurker.
Aha!
A lurker has been discovered.
Oh, there's a lurker.
Well, not for the whole time, because I've seen drops and other things in the stuff. Yeah, according to my analytics, we've had 0.5 messages per minute. That seems a bit high since we've been live streaming.
That does seem
for
a bit high.
An hour and 13
So
minutes.
every other
and
minute
I see
there was a...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 messages. I wonder if it just doesn't do anything lower than 0.5.
Who knows?
Who knows? I do not know. Okay, so now I have to actually create the whole web page because I didn't do that yet. Shame on me.
Create a web page?
Shame. Yeah.
Oh, I'm out of torches.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see if I can stream a little bit early in the morning because we are gonna be going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp finally.
Again?
No, we haven't. We didn't see it last time.
Heads up, there is an after credit scene
In a Marvel movie?
after the animated credits.
No.
At the
Don't
end
leave right
of like the black and white credits, it's only a short clip that you do see in the trailer. Till the end of the black and white credits.
Black and white credits. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, there's like the animated credits, and then it goes to the scrolling credits that just go on and on.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
There's just a short scene of
Yeah, I heard that's where they connected with in Infinity War.
the end of the first set of credits. It's the one after credit scene that connects it.
Oh, so there's one
After that, it goes to the black and white scroll.
Gotcha.
There's like
So
a short
watch to the
clip
end.
that's just more of a gimmick.
Yeah, I have right now four. I have 4 different podcasts that I've listened to part of, but can't listen further because they're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I listened to
Movie.
The Level 7 podcast, which is all about Marvel and the Cinematic Universe. I listened to Cord Killers, which did a review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's another Level 7 episode that has stuff at the end that's discussing it that someone wrote in about. And then there is... there's Atomic Trivia War 9000 did a review that I have to listen to still. So yeah, so we're gonna watch that next week. Bad video setting. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent often enough, which will cause buffering. The current keyframe frequency is 8.4 seconds. Ooh. Note the ingestion errors. I don't know what ingestion errors are. Can cause incorrect group of picture GOP sizes. I have a whole bunch of those errors. Interesting. I haven't streamed from my Mac in ages. It's definitely going to be interesting when I try to do this from Disney.
You can take a week off, you know.
Can I? Can I really?
You could. I won't be here next Friday, by the way.
Wah, wah. So I'll probably be doing the headlines myself.
Could be.
Could be.
Or Jake might be back. Or
Yeah,
you'll do it.
He was going to do it today, but he just got rained out. He wanted to not go home and be a wet Eevee.
Eevees don't like the rain.
Eevees do not like the rain, apparently. Except for,
Vaporeon.
Vaporeon, yeah. I'm like, Vaporon? No, that's not right. It's V something. Okay.
Is it Vaporeon?
Maybe? Which?
I don't play Pokemon. I don't know.
You know more than me, apparently.
What I hear say.
I only know Pikachu and Jigglypuff because they were on Mario Smash Brothers.
Yep. Vaporeon.
Nintendo 64.
Yep. Fire, water, and electricity. Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon. I didn't
It's
know
dark.
Vaporeon.
I've been collecting sand this whole time. What should I do with it?
Well, I gave all my glass to you guys.
To me.
Yeah.
I figure what I won't use for the walkway, I will make some concrete for whatever my build thingy will
Did
be.
you see the teleport beam on my ship?
Teleport beam? No.
Yeah. So if you go to my base, I have a little ship that was my AFK spot, which, by the way, mob game mechanics are so broken in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. But, so that I made it into a little spaceship, and I had a tractor beam. That's a giant water column that goes straight down. So I don't have to use rockets or anything to go up. I just step into the transporter beam and get sucked up.
Neat.
Oh, I should put a piece of soul sand at the bottom of that. Then I'll
Get Riptide.
right up, yeah.
And you'll shoot up. Get Riptide, yeah.
Riptide, you'll look real cool going up there.
Yeah, but it's also very possible to be flung out of it.
You're going to be wearing wings, so you could fall out a few
That's
times.
True. But I much prefer just being able to jump into that and go whoop straight up.
I haven't actually made any rockets because when it's raining, I don't need them because I got a Riptide.
Well, luckily it never rains in Minecraft.
Never.
Never.
It's not
ever.
raining right now or nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, it's raining a lot less than it used to, it feels like.
No. It's raining the same amount. I know because it still annoys me. It just, you're not seeing it anymore because you want to see it.
I know. It's like
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
right.
watch water boil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
It's raining right now.
Yep.
Okay. So
Get on. Come on, fly around.
I'm going to end
time to go
the
fly.
live stream here. Go to OBS. Thanks, anyone that may still be watching in there. I'm going to
Oh, yeah,
hit
we're on
the
there.
stop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.